Good evening, guys. How are we doing? Welcome back to True Gunners TV. Hope you're all well. Hope everybody is doing well. Of course, we're back for the preview for the big game tomorrow. It could get embarrassing, couldn't it? Let's be honest. 3 defeats on the bounce, and now we face Chelsea, one of the most successful clubs in recent years. And they look good, don't they, Chelsea? Unlike us. But before we get into that, first of all, big up to everybody. Big up to everybody who is a subscriber of the channel. Big up to everybody who watches the channel as well. And look, I did my first video back the other day, and the traction on that video was absolutely insane. It's actually the most viewed video on the channel now. I don't know what I did differently, but there you go. It got a lot of traction. And you know what? I was reading through the comments as well, and there are Arsenal fans out there that actually hold this football club to a high standard. They're not all idiots. They're not all Arteta sexuals. They've not all been brought up on this last decade of Wenger saying that fourth is a trophy. Because a lot of you that were in the comments were supportive of what I had to say about the situation. And, you know, I like to see that. And look, I will always voice my opinion on this football club. And I'll always speak from the heart as well. And I'm glad that there are more Arsenal fans out there like me, like Lee, like Curtis, that hold this club to a high standard and are willing to hold the club accountable for its absolute shit show over the past 18 years. But there you go. So big up to everybody. Big up to all the new subscribers. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Make sure you're all smashing a like on the video as well. Keep that going. I can see a lot of you in the comments again. Big up each and every single one of you. We'll get into a few of your comments later on. But first of all, let's talk Arsenal versus Chelsea. We're calling this one the process derby because down the road, you got Chelsea that have got a proper process, a winning process. And then you got Arsenal with the PR process. And that's why I'm calling this one the process derby. Yeah? Which process would you rather? Let's be honest. Chelsea. Yeah? They made a big mistake in appointing this guy as their manager. And at the time of him being sacked, he was head of Arsenal. Head of Arsenal. And as poor as Lampard was, he was still better than Arteta at Chelsea. And Chelsea, they don't fuck about. They're a proper football club. If you're not doing it, you're out. And they sacked their legend. Legend. Yeah? Arteta isn't a legend for Arsenal. Yeah? He was merely a player for Arsenal. Not a great one at that either. You know, it's not like he was a world-class footballer. He wasn't. But Chelsea sacked Lampard. They got Tuchel in, a world-class manager. A manager that we could have had when we were sat 15th in the league. And he was sat at home. And Chelsea snapped him up. And since then, Chelsea have just gone on to continue what they've been doing for the last 10, 15 years, which is win, 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 win. Since Tuchel has become their manager, 5 finals. 5. And they've won 3. That, my friends, is a process. Not this PR, it's going to take a year. It's going to take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's a youth project. It's a PR process. No. Chelsea win, and they do it now. Arsenal, nah. And it's quite ironic, really, because 18 years ago, we smashed down a stadium to become Chelsea. We smashed down a stadium to become that team that compete at the highest level, year in, year out. And that's what Chelsea do. And here we are, dawdling about with a complete and utter clown of a manager. Useless owners. Yeah, these two dickheads. And then you got the fan base that accept mediocrity. But here we are. This is what it is. There we go. And look, first of all, the game. Arsenal coming off the back of 3 straight defeats. Southampton last week. Another poor display. Another example of why Mikel Arteta is not the man. He's not the man, you know. If you can't see that, I don't know what else to tell you. Go to Specsavers. I don't know. Do something. Go and see a brain surgeon because you need it. And yeah, we've got injuries. Oh, we've got injuries. That's all I hear. Oh, but we got injuries. We got injuries. 2 injuries have derailed our season. Mental, absolutely mental. And then you got Chelsea. You know, Chelsea. Unfortunate not to beat Real Madrid. Considering, you know, they took a bit of a beating in the first leg. But to go to the Bernabeu and score 3 goals and still end up getting knocked out is harsh. It's very harsh for Chelsea. But again, they went to the Bernabeu. They scored 3 goals. They're a dangerous team, Chelsea. They're competing in absolutely every single competition. None of this, we've got to play 1 game a week in order to qualify for top 4. You know, unreal. And of course, their last game was the FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace, a team that absolutely destroyed us, a team that's managed by our former player, our former legend, and they ripped us to shreds. Did they rip Chelsea to shreds? No, they didn't. Why? Because Chelsea have a proper process. Chelsea have a proper winning mentality. Speaking of winning mentalities, this is exactly why we're failing at Arsenal. This guy does not have a winning mentality. Did anybody see his press conference reaction after Southampton? Talking about basketball. What? Basketball? Mikel, it's the wrong sport, bro. Football. You're a football manager, not a basketball player. Yeah? Mikel Arteta, not Kobe Bryant. Yeah? What? Does anybody know what this guy was on about? And then to sit there and say, yeah, but we dominated possession. So, you know, therefore, anybody, you know, who's watching who didn't know the score, well, they would have thought Arsenal would have won the game. No, Mikel, because anybody who was watching the game, yeah, would have seen Southampton score. You fucking idiot. But even so, dominating possession doesn't mean that you're entitled to win the game. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net. Which brings me on to the next subject, of course. How can we not talk about Lacazette, this guy here? Dear, comes out in an interview and says, do you know what? I'm leaving Arsenal in the summer. Look, I don't care. I'm not bothered. It's not good enough anyway. But the fact that he said, I'm leaving Arsenal because I miss playing Champions League football. Dear, I miss playing Champions League football. Well, Lacazette, I know you don't watch my streams, bro. but maybe one of you who's watching might be able to share this and show this to him. You haven't played Champions League football, yeah? Because you're shit, mate. Yeah? Maybe, just maybe, you'd be playing Champions League football next season if you'd scored more than 4 league goals this season. 4 league goals. 2 of them from open play, 2 of them penalties, by the way. But this guy thinks he's entitled to play Champions League football. Oh, I miss playing Champions League football. How about, rather than coming out in interviews, talking about your contract situation, talking about where you want to be and what you want to be doing when you leave Arsenal, how about focus on playing for Arsenal, yeah? How about focus on, doing a job for the club that employ you, the club that pay your wages. Not a small amount of wages, by the way, either. And out of that large sum of wages that we pay this guy, we get fuck all in return. We get 4 goals. That's it. Yeah? Oh, and he works hard, so let's give him a pass. He works hard. This club is an absolute comedy club. I swear to God, it's a comedy club. It is the circus. I'm not even kidding. The circus. And then to top it all off, this one made me really laugh. Eddie Nketiah has also done an interview talking about his contract situation. And he also is looking to leave in the summer because he wants to play regular first team football. Well, Eddie, can I just tell you that in order to play regular first team football for a Premier League club, let alone Arsenal, but a Premier League club, as a striker, yeah, you have to score goals, my friend. And this season, you've scored 0. 0, 0, 0. So what makes you entitled, mate? What, because you're young and it's Project Youth? Oh, it's Project Youth, so maybe you're entitled to play in this squad because you're a young, you're a young man. You're a young man. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, mate. Project Youth, you should be entitled to play. Don't worry about scoring goals, which is your job. But because it's Project Youth and you're young, you're right. You should be playing for Arsenal week in, week out. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that bit. Again, what is he talking about? Focus on your football, you prick. Yeah? And then to top it all off, did anybody watch Mikel Arteta's press conference today? Talking about, we trust Lacazette. We trust him. Trust him for what? You're not trusting him to fire you into top 4. I know that for a fact. Oh, yes, you are. Because you decided to get rid of our talisman. Yeah, that's right. You decided to get rid of our talisman, the guy who, saved your ass for 2 seasons. The guy who scored all the goals that won you the FA Cup, in order to keep this guy, Lacazette, yeah, at the football club with 1 year remaining on his contract. And in the entire time that he's been at Arsenal, I don't think he's registered 20 goals in a season. But that's going to get us top 4. Oh, no. No, you're right. Sorry, Mikel. It's not just Lacazette. We've got Eddie as well. Eddie Nketiah is going to fire us to top 4. Of course he is. Of course he is. League goal. Who needs to score goals when you work hard? Oh, I'll run after that ball. Yeah. I'll run that defender down. I'll run that goalkeeper down. It leads to nothing, you know? And I can't hit a bar and door. I can't score if my life depended on it. But it doesn't matter because I work hard. Fucking unbelievable. Yeah? One thing that I expected from Mikel Arteta, even if he is a poor manager, right? The one thing that I expected from Mikel Arteta, at least coming from Manchester City as the assistant manager, was for him to bring that winning mentality to Arsenal. Because over at Manchester City, they have a winning mentality because they win. Yeah? So you would have thought that winning mentality would have been drummed into Mikel Arteta for them solid 2 years that he was the assistant manager for Pep Guardiola, whether he was picking up cones or not. Winning mentality would have been drummed into him. So I would have expected him to at least bring a little bit of that over to Arsenal. But like the majority of this fan base, he's just proven he's a loser. An absolute fucking loser. Yeah? We're going to sell Aubameyang. In fact, we're not even going to sell Aubameyang. We're going to give him away for free. We're not going to bring in a replacement. We're going to give him away for free. In fact, we're going to pay him to leave the football club. Yeah? Scores 20 goals a season. Yeah, okay, this season he's been poor. He's not at his very best. But rather than going, do you know what, mate? You saved us for a few years. You get a little bit of grace. Now, we're going to give you away. You go Barcelona. We'll even pay you to go Barcelona. Yeah? We'll leave ourselves fighting for top 4 with Lacazette with 1 year left on his contract and 4 goals to his name. Eddie Nketiah with 1 year left on his contract, no goals to his name. And fans still sit here and tell me that it's not Mikel's fault. Not Mikel's fault. So who chose to leave us in this situation? Who chose to get rid of Aubameyang? Who was it? If it wasn't Mikel Arteta? You're telling me that Mikel Arteta didn't have at least a little bit of input into that? Unreal. But anyway, let's not babble on about that too much because absolute comedy club. It is an Arsenal versus Chelsea preview. And just to shock you lot a little bit more, I thought about it today and I thought, why is it that Arsenal are not competing? You know, why is it that Arsenal cannot get anywhere near the top 3 clubs in the Premier League, which is Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea? Could it just be that, you know, they spend more than us? Could it just be that, I don't know, they have better quality of players than us, which of course they do. You know, this is a youth project, don't forget. Could it just be that, you know, there is other reasons to this? So I decided to get up Arsenal's 18-man squad. And then I also pulled up Chelsea's 18-man squad. And I wanted to go through and see how much that 18-man squad cost Chelsea. And when I say cost Chelsea, I'm talking, you know, obviously players like Azpilicueta, yeah? Okay. They signed him years ago, but they paid £7.5 million for him. So, you know, that counts as Azpilicueta cost Chelsea £7.5 million. So on, each and every different player. Now, Chelsea's 18-man squad. Does anybody want to take a guess at how much Chelsea's 18-man squad costs? Yeah? I'll have a look in the comments. You guys let me know real quick in the comments section, how much do you think, roughly, Chelsea's 18-man squad costs? Go for it. Let me know. Let me know. In fact, I'll let you know. I'll tell you. 120 million, 260 million. Nah, you're miles off, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's a lot more than that. 18-man squad. It's a lot more than that. Yeah? Chelsea's squad costs a grand total of £635 million. Yeah? Grand total. Mendy, 22 million. Rudiger, they paid 34 million for him. Thiago Silva was on a free. Marcus Alonso was 24 million. Aspilicueta was 7 million. N'Golo Kante was 32 million pound. Jorginho, 50 million. Kovacic, 40 million. Havertz, 70 million. Ziyech, 33. Pulisic, 38. Lukaku, 100 million. Timo Werner, 48 million. And Kepa, 72. Chilwell, 45. And that's it. Because obviously the rest of the players that currently play in their squad have come from their youth setup. So that's 635 million in total. When you go through their first 11, so the players that have played the majority of the games for Chelsea this season, their first 11 costs £353 million. Now, let's move on to Arsenal. So let's bear that in mind. Chelsea's full 18-man squad, 635 million. Their first 11, 353. Remember them numbers. Arsenal's 18-man squad, how much do you think that costs? 200? 300? What do you reckon? Tell me. What do you reckon, guys? Let me know in the comments. Quick. Let's go. Let's go. Bearing in mind that Chelsea's costs £635 million. 800 million? No, not quite. But Arsenal is not that far off Chelsea. Arsenal's 18-man squad costs a grand total of £480 million. £480 million. Yeah, Chelsea's is 635, but you've got to remember that £100 million of that is Romelu Lukaku, or should I say, the Belgian Stormzy with Timberlands. Yeah, which it is, right? And I know £72 million of that was Pepe, but even so, you know, look at Chelsea. They spent 72 million on Kepa, so you know, it is what it is. But the point being, if you take Lukaku off of Chelsea's thing, then they've spent 535 mil on their squad, and Arsenal spent 480 on their squad. That means Chelsea's entire squad is £50 million more than ours, but we can't compete. How? Work that one out. And I haven't included Aubameyang in this because, you know, bear in mind, Aubameyang doesn't play for Arsenal anymore. So if we go back to the beginning of the season and include Aubameyang in this, then actually our squad would cost the same amount as Chelsea's. But we, you know, if obviously without Lukaku, but do you know what I mean? It's like my man here just said, 100 million, Lacazette and Ben Shite, £100 million. And yeah, again, Robbie, big up yourself. One squad has a good manager and one squad has a cone man. There's the difference. And as I said, if you go to Chelsea's regular starting 11, so the players that have played the most amount of minutes for Chelsea this season, Their first 11 costs £353 million. Yeah? Arsenal's starting 11 costs £316 million. So again, there's £37 million difference between the two squads, but we can't get anywhere near them. And Arteta is supposedly this great manager. Our squad, 316 million. Or our first 11, 316 million. Chelsea's first 11, 353 million. But Arteta, well, he's this great manager. Up and coming, He's greatest young coach in world football. He's unbelievable, really. He's getting so much out of this squad. It's unreal. That's right. It's Project Youth, of course. So we can let them off because they're all youth projects. They're all young when you compare it to Chelsea's squad. And a lot of them have come from our academy. That's right. Like, Smith Rowe and Saka, and who else has come from our academy? That's right. I'm struggling now. Smith Rowe, Saka. Who else has come from the academy? No, I'm at a loss. Chelsea, who have they got from their academy? Mason Mount, Reece James, Chalobah, Loftus-Cheek. So Arsenal are doing a Project Youth, but Chelsea's Project Youth is better than Arsenal's. Work that one out. But I'm supposed to trust the process, remember? Yeah? Chelsea's process compared to our process. Tell me. What's the difference? What is the difference? That's right. The Cronkies and Arteta and Edu and anybody in a position of power at Arsenal Football Club has come together to lower the standards and feed the fan base bullshit. But at the same time, has spent roughly the same amount as Chelsea on the squad. Chelsea a little bit more, of course. And it takes 4 years for us. It takes 3 years for us, 3 years in, and we're still struggling to get in the top 4. And I've got fans telling me, well, no, if we get 6th this season, then it's progress. It's progress. You got Chelsea that are winning the Champions League. They won they lost in the final to the FA Cup. They won the Club World Cup. They won the Super Cup as well. And oh yeah, that's right. They're in the final of the FA Cup again. Oh, and Champions League semi-final as well. Yeah, that's right. Third in the Premier League. Yeah. Comfortably in top 4. Yeah, that's right. But our process takes 4 years. Funny that, isn't it? Funny that. And Arsenal fans buy into this crap. Well done. So, with that being said, the game tomorrow, it's a must-win for Arsenal to have any hope of getting in the top 4. Any hope whatsoever. Chelsea, they're comfortable. They can slap us about if they like, and I believe they will as well. And yeah, score predictions for tomorrow. Hit me in the comment section. Let me know. Hit me in the comment section. That's right. I forgot about all these players. Look, see, I only named a few. Malang Sarr, Chalobah, Mount, Hudson-Odoi, Christiansen, Brozier, who's at Southampton, who absolutely tore. Ben White, a new one. Gilmore, yes. Gallagher, another player that absolutely tore Arsenal to shreds. Oh, but the loan system, yeah. The loan system is the problem. It's affecting the integrity of the league. Oh, fucking, honestly, this fan base, I swear to God. Yeah. Score predictions. I'm seeing 2-0 Chelsea. Forget top 4, Brandon. I'm taking top 7. Yeah, I mean, if we finish 8th this season, I suppose if we finish 7th this season, it's progress, isn't it? Yeah. Hopefully 8-0 Chelsea. I want Arteta sacked. Season is over anyway. Big up yourself, Robbie. 4-0 Chelsea. Do you know what? Can anybody remember that game when it was? I believe it was Arsene Wenger's 1000th Premier League game, and we got battered by Chelsea 6-0. I can see that coming again. And a lot of Arsenal fans are clinging on to the fact that, we beat them last season when the other fraud was in charge. They've got Thomas Tuchel now. They haven't got a fraud of a manager like us. They've got a manager who is tactically shrewd and doesn't need his full first 11 in order to win a game. He can cope with injuries. He can cope with all these things. I'm just wondering who else in this Arsenal squad wants to come out in an interview and clobber the club before a game. We've had Lacazette now, Nketiah, Granit Xhaka even, who's next? I'm waiting, because the players that I expected to come out and be unhappy and, give interviews and saying, nah, not happy, moving on in the summer, is definitely this guy. The way he's been treated is absolutely atrocious. And Nuno Tavares as well, I expected them to at least come out and be like, nah, I'm off. I'm not sticking with this Spanish fraud. But unfortunately not. It's our two strikers that have got 4 goals between them. Can you even call them strikers? Oh no, but they work hard. That's right. Shush, Brandon. Sorry. You're not allowed to call them frauds because they work hard. They do a job for the team. They work hard. It's, what I mean. And this is a great comment, by the way, because I was just about to say this. Timberland boots about to stomp a mud hole in Ben Shite. I can't wait because Lukaku, let's have it right. Lukaku has been shit all season. Absolute dog shit. Yeah, that guy has got the touch of a paedophile. He really has. And he's not been great on his return to Chelsea. But you can guarantee that the Belgian Stormzy is going to absolutely bully that fucking snowflake that we've got at centre-back. That one that we paid 50 million pound for. The complete snowflake. The absolute wallad who, I don't watch football. Don't call me Ben White. My name's Benjamin White. That one. And lastly, before I drop out of this, of course, make sure you're smashing the likes. Of course, make sure you are smashing the likes. And I know there's a lot of sarcasm in this particular stream, but I'm feeling a bit sarcastic today because, I'm not allowed to slate Arteta. I'm not allowed to slate the club. So I'm just going to sit here and, how do you say it?
Be excited.
Be excited. That's it. I'm going to sit here and be excited about what is coming tomorrow. Can't wait. Can't wait. Top four. Oh, Mikel Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Tierney at the back. Gabby in attack. We're on our way to, I would say Conference League, but no, 8th in the league. Yep, that's right. We're on our way to 8th in the league. So, yeah. Lastly, did anybody see the news that Arsenal have now hired specialists to come in and try and change the culture at the football club? I thought Mikel Arteta had changed the culture. Yeah. So he's not a good manager. His tactics are dog shit. His man management is awful. He doesn't have the winning mentality that you would have thought he would have had because he was part of the Manchester City staff. And he hasn't changed the culture at Arsenal Football Club. So, bearing in mind this guy earns, what is it, £6 million a year? What's he done to earn that £6 million? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. He's finished 8th. And it's looking like we're going to finish maybe 8th again. He's broken pretty much every record that you don't want an Arsenal manager to break. Whilst taking £6 million a year, calling it a youth project, saying, trust the process, and we've still got fans backing this. More fool them. Can't wait. My prediction is 3-0 to Chelsea. It's at Stamford Bridge. We're going to get absolutely ruined. Thomas Tuchel is going to have Arteta's pants down. And that is just that, guys, unfortunately. And look, 15 minutes to go until kickoff. I'm going to go and watch a proper football team play. And I'm not talking about Manchester United. I'm talking about Liverpool. Man United are going to get absolutely ruined. But yeah, of course, AJ, perfect timing, because again, I was going to mention this. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo unfortunately lost his newborn son. Thoughts are with him and his family. A difficult time, Nobody should ever have to experience losing a child. It's got to be one of the worst things to ever happen to you in life. And look, hopefully him and his family, are doing okay. And yeah, maybe he'll be back in time for the game on Saturday. Maybe he'll slap a hat trick past us, no doubt, and it'll be kind of revenge for what has happened. But there you go. I'm going to get out of here. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. How can I do that to any of you guys? How can I do that to any of you guys when you show me support? Let's go through a few of these comments first. First of all, we got Tai. Big up yourself. How are we doing? Joanne's in the chat. Big up yourself, Joanne. Looking forward to another shit show tomorrow. We've got Spursy Mick Arteta. That's right. He is a bit Spursy, isn't he? Maybe he should go and manage them instead. We should swap managers. Maybe we should take Conte and they should have Arteta. Waffle settings. That's what it is. Waffle settings. Last vid did bits. Very happy. Yeah. Big up. Look, I don't know what I did differently. I really don't. But I had mad traction on that video. And I don't do it for views. I did it because I needed to get it off my chest. And I know you guys are feeling the same way. Probably, apart from Lee and the odd few people out there, that do say it how it is. A lot of you guys don't get to hear the say it as it is. You get to hear all the bollocks. So I thought I'd come on and give a few home truths as well. And it absolutely went mad, that video. Yeah, absolute madness. But there you go. You're right, Brandon. How it's going? Yeah, I'm good. Del Boy's in the chat. Big up, Del. Make sure you go over and subscribe to Del Boy's channel as well. He's another one who says it how it is. Big up, Del. Brandon, I can't see where the next win is coming from. Listen, mate, I don't care where the next win comes from. I don't even care if we do win another game for the rest of the season. But I'm not going to sit here and say I want Arsenal to lose unless it's going to get this fucking idiot sacked. And then we can move on, yeah, and do things properly. You know, maybe rather than looking at that Tottenham model where it's just failure, year in, year out. Maybe we should look at our other London rivals, Chelsea, who do it the proper way. L after L after L. See, there's a lot of people that want L after L after L until he's sacked, you know? Like a sticky man wouldn't even get on the bench for a Champions League side. There you go. The man was supposed to be Giroud upgrade. Yeah. I'll tell you what, it'd be interesting to look at the stats, you know. Olivier Giroud for Arsenal and Lacazette for Arsenal, because I believe they've had a similar amount of time at Arsenal, the pair of them. And I bet you Giroud's stats are so much better than Lacazette's. Chelsea sell Abraham, Zuma, Tomori for profits and invest that money on top players. Arsenal allow all players to run down their contracts. Such a badly run club. 100% agree with you. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Did you hear about Lacazette's interview yesterday? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Please like the stream if you have not already. It really helps Brandon out. It certainly does. So make sure you're doing that. Of course, if you don't like the stream, slap a dislike on it. I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. Any Arteta sexuals in the chat? You don't like me? Fair enough. Slap a dislike on it before you leave. Don't come back again. Dumb Spaniard. Yeah, exactly that. He's a dumb. He's just he's dumbass. He really is. Dear. A lot of guesses here with there we go. Robbie. Chelsea are run like a big club and we're not. Exactly that. Martin. Reece Nelson was our number one prospect out of the academy. Look what happened to him. Oh yeah, that's right. Arteta got his claws into him. Remember when Arteta came in, when Arteta very first came in, and all these fans said to us, yeah, but look at what he's done for Raheem Sterling. Reece Nelson will be the next Raheem Sterling. You know, Saka's going to be the next, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that worked out well, didn't it? That worked out really well. Next season, Arsenal finishing 8th or 9th. City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, top 4. Then United, West Ham, Wolves, Newcastle. All will improve. Arsenal 9th. I don't think you're including enough teams there. Aston Villa, they're another good side that will improve. Leicester, again. I have no doubt that they'll be back. They'll be back again next season. So, yeah. It could get very sticky for Arsenal if we do not hurry up and fucking get our winning mentality back and do what's required and sack this absolute fucking clown of a manager. But there you go. A loss tomorrow is another record. If we concede plus 2 goals, it's a worse record than last season. Exactly. We're 2 goals away from conceding the same amount of goals as we did last season. But we've improved, apparently. We've improved. And if we lose tomorrow, I believe that would be 4 straight losses, 5 in 6. And I believe that's another record broken as well. Who knows? We'll see. Man United will take a part in honour Cristiano's young boy. Rest in peace. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope. Big up, Brandon. Big up yourself, Niall. Afsar, question. Even if Arteta gets the sack, then who comes in? Another clown. Listen, I don't disagree with you, Afsar. I don't disagree with you. You know, but then that's up to the fan base. Once Arteta is gone, to put pressure on the Cronkies to employ the correct manager. You know, none of this. Let's sit back, let them make the decision, see what happens. You know, trust the process. None of that bollocks. The fan base need to come together, say, right, we got rid of this fucking clown. Yeah, we can't afford to waste any more time. Go and get us a world-class manager, and let's start winning. Let's start doing what we was gonna or was supposed to be doing when we knocked down that stadium. And look, that's a great way to end the stream. So I'm going to end it there. Big up every single one of you. Make sure you smash a like on the video before you leave. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button as well. And that, of course, the notification bell to get notifications for literally every single video that I put out there if you enjoy that. And look, we'll be back again. I'm sure we will. But we just need to get more fans on side. A lot more fans on side. But big up each and every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you that tunes into the streams. Every one of you that's a new subscriber. And we're out of here. Hopefully, we don't get slapped too hard tomorrow. But we will see. I'll be back with my match reaction tomorrow. Peace. I'm out.